First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Coming up on First at 5, drones are growing increasingly popular, but now Homeland Security and the airplane industry is discovering the dangers to them. Plus, a ceremony and memorial to remember the Sarasota trooper that was shot last week while on duty. A controversial higher education bill is our top story tonight. I'm Carla Robina.
And I'm Pamela Combe. Despite debate over every provision, the bill cleared the House Education Committee by a 12-6 vote. WUFT's Haley Sparks joins us now from the newsroom with more on a key proposal that would impact the University of Florida.
The bill would merge two low enrollment schools with two large universities. New College in Sarasota would be controlled by FSU, and Florida Polytech Lakeland would become part of UF.
UF is building a new engineering lab, and the college already has more than 10,000 students. The chair of the House Higher Education Appropriations Committee thinks UF could administer poly students in a more cost-effective way.
UF is our highest ranked engineering school in the state, and given the STEM focus of Florida Poly, we thought that made a good fit.
Randy Fine's bill would force a merger before next fall.
We have similar issues with Poly just in terms of the cost per student. And we have great schools. Florida and Florida State are great. These campuses don't necessarily go away, but there will be efficiencies in moving forward in this way.
The bill blindsided the Florida Poly community.
We found out about it on the news yesterday. We had no idea it was coming.
The president at Poly believes low enrollment will improve as it graduates more alumni and builds its reputation.
Our cost of attendance is $8,000 less than the cost of attendance at University of Florida.
UF graduate student Alex Schaefer believes a merger would not necessarily benefit Poly students who number less than 1,500.
Personally, I think that Polytech offers a unique experience of smaller class sizes that can help certain types of students better than the University of Florida can.
Florida Poly says its latest round of freshman applications surged over 50%.
91 colleges around the nation have closed or merged since 2016, and they all have one thing in common. They were failed institutions that couldn't attract students. Florida Polytechnic University does not fit into that category.
As for the University of Florida administration, there's no comment on the bill at this time. Reporting live in the UF newsroom, Haley Sparks, WUFT News. Back to you.
Thanks, Haley. We'll continue to watch out for more updates. More information for you. That bill from Representative Fine would also change state scholarships. The medallion level of Bright Futures would cover 100% of tuition when students choose to start with a state college for an associate's degree. But the state would cut support for attending private universities by making two programs needs-based like Pell Grants. In Marion County, there's another arrest of a Bellevue student accused of making school shooting threats on social media. Earlier this week, a high school freshman was charged. Now a middle school student is also charged. Detectives say the second student confessed and indicated he was mad because a teacher yelled at him in the cafeteria.
Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Joseph Bullock was honored today. He was fatally shot last week in Martin County after stopping to help a disabled vehicle on I-95. Thousands gathered at Bayside Community Church in Bradenton, the part of the state where he grew up. After 4 years in the Air Force, he joined the Highway Patrol and spent 19 years stationed at Fort Pierce. After today's service, he was buried at Sarasota National Cemetery.
We've been having some clear skies lately.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll have some rain anytime soon. WUFT's Anthony Bordenero joins us now from the Weather Center.
Well, Carla and Pamela, there is a current system that's making its way through our area. You can see by our live radar, there are some storms tracking their way through the Suwannee River Valley right now. In fact, if you're in Alachua County and Marion County, expect some showers within the next 30 minutes or so. Let's check out that future radar. We remain mostly dry after that activity moves through. It remains mainly along and north of the I-10 corridor, and then overnight we do see some rain bands make their way through, and around 7 a.m. is when we're going to see the most widespread activity for your early morning commutes, and then skies begin to clear for your overnight. Temperatures are going to, for your afternoon tomorrow, overnight temperatures are going to be in the lower 60s. Back to you.
In Marion County, a not guilty plea was entered today on behalf of a 9-year-old boy charged with attempted murder for stabbing his younger sister. In January, the boy's mother left her children to check the mail. When she got back, the boy was stabbing his 5-year-old sister. Detectives say the boy told them he thought about killing her for 2 days and couldn't get that thought out of his head. His sister got out of the hospital before Friday. The boy is being held in secure detention as he faces mental evaluations and court proceedings.
A Citrus County fire left one home with severe damage and threatened nearby homes. Around 11 p.m. last night, fire rescue responded to a fire on East Thunderhill Loop in Hernando. One mobile home was on fire and flames were spreading to the home next door. Fire rescue was able to stop the spread and evacuate people. Officials say the cause may have been electrical short at a hot tub. A new study claims the BP Gulf of Mexico oil spill was much greater than originally believed. In 2010, an explosion and fire at Deepwater Horizon oil ridge dumped about 170 million gallons of oil into the Gulf. But a study published in Science Advances is showing different statistics. Researchers say some of the oil was invisible to the satellites that track the spill. They believe traces reached the Florida Keys and both the east and west coasts of Florida.
We all know flying drones has become popular, but did you realize the FAA has registered more than 1 million of them? It's not all fun and games. Homeland Security worries about the possible uses for terror, and the airline industry worries about possible accidents. WUFT's Hazley Pittman looked into the data of Florida's crowded skies.
Another airplane takes off. New data reveals these planes are leaving an increasingly crowded sky. However, they are not the only ones. They're joined by more and more unmanned aircraft systems like these, drones.
Kind of like a video game. So, goes up, goes down, goes right, goes left. So it's pretty kind of easy to get the hang of it.
Wolfgang Aristotle grew up flying drones, and he finally got his own so he could record video from high above.
If I could have a superpower, it would always be the ability to fly. And with the drone, I can go and see sights that I would not normally see.
But these devices are not all fun and games. New data shows drones are increasingly crowding Florida skies.
Drones, with the mechanical abilities, they could come right through our windscreen and really create a lot of issues.
Helicopter pilot Pam Landis came face to face with the drone while flying her R-44 chopper over a South Florida beach.
I was cruising north on the beach around 500 feet, and everything was normal. Next thing I know, there was a drone right in front of me, and I had to make abrupt maneuvers to fly away from it.
This example isn't as rare as you'd think. I sifted through the last 6 months of available FAA records and found more than 1,000 cases of drones flying unusually close to airports, helicopters, or planes. Even more alarming, more than 150 of these drone reports came from right here in the Sunshine State. 23 drone close encounters were reported in Orlando, Miami, and West Palm Beach during that 6-month period.
As a pilot, my first thought is there going to be a problem? Where am I going to land if this is an emergency? And how to do it safely.
I even found 2 reports of drones flying a mile from the Gainesville Regional Airport runway. Declining an interview, the airport spokesperson says, "We want people to operate drones safely within FAA guidelines, ensure they are registered, and by making notifications as required."
I don't think I would ever take it high enough to hit a plane. I think a good rule of thumb is to only fly where we can see it. So if I'm flying it super far and I can't see it, one, it's not even going to connect, but you want to make sure you're watching the drone all times.
Flying a drone in the airspace of airports, helicopters, and planes is illegal, punishable by stiff fines and possible jail time.
Really look at the regulations before they just go out and fly them, or keep them in their backyard where they're below the tree line, because we're not going to be flying in those areas.
Avoiding drone dangers.
If it goes through our rotors, it could actually create more of a problem where it could snap a blade.
And catastrophic consequences.
And then we don't have lift. We're coming in quickly.
Hazley Pittman, WUFT News.
You can download the FAA app before you fly to learn if there are any drone restrictions or requirements in your area.
Cows were roaming on I-75 this morning after a cattle truck overturned in Sumter County. The crash occurred around 8:30 this morning just south of the split for the turnpike. Video shows a tractor trailer lying on its side. Another truck came to the rescue, but the roundup and wreck removal closed lanes on both sides for hours.
Coming up on WFT News, first at 5, while hurricane season might be over, a local fire station is giving back to those places still recovering from damage.
Plus, some good and bad news concerning the coronavirus. Those stories and more coming up after the break.
A cold front is currently making its way through north central Florida. Will that spoil your Valentine's Day plans? I'll have your full Valentine's Day forecast after the break.